well, how do I get coffee in the tequila without using additives, remaining 100% organic, and not overpowering? We didn't want to be a coffee liqueur.
When you get access to a lot of those things, you realize how empty they are if you don't have nobody to share them with.
Yeah, I think again, it's valuing yourself and those that are around you, and understanding, you know, who really supports you. It's a challenge over like the definition of successful, right? Like I feel like so many kids they see successful as a Lamborghini, you know, and it's like it's measured so many different ways, and the reality is only you can dictate what that level of success is, what that looks like. Yeah, I think again, it's valuing yourself and those that are around you, and understanding, you know, who really supports you. Like, right, who's really there, and what really matters. You mentioned like material things. Well, people can be material as well, right? They all can like suck time from you. So if you spend so much time trying to grab a material object, or you spend so much time trying to grasp attention of someone that really doesn't fucking matter, it's no different. You're still wasting time to something that at the end doesn't really matter. Focus more on building the things that really do, and like being around family and friends and those that support your mission. You're gonna have Zeds along the way. Like there's always gonna be someone out there that wants you to fail. So you gotta be very careful with who you share these paths with and share these different wins with, because there will be people that are just, they rain on it no matter what, because they're not happy with who they are. So I've always preached that, and I always preach to the kids too, like, and everyone, friends and that have come and asked for advice, and just like, dude, put your oxygen mask on first, bro. Like, you are no good to anybody else. And that analogy has been said by a billion people, every entrepreneur you could think of. But it's so important. Like you can't hit home enough that you are jack shit if you can't breathe yourself. If you just running around rampant and crazy and just doing a bunch of things because you feel like you have to do them, and it's, you're trying to help everybody and you think you're helping them by doing things for them, but the reality is you're just hurting them. You're not letting them fail. You're not letting them, learn on their own, and you in turn just don't have enough air to even just comprehend yourself.
You said it before, time is the
time.
real asset.
Yeah.
If you don't have time to think, and you're constantly looking for either distractions or helping others, which I think is vital to help others, but I feel like you need to help yourself first, and then in order to start helping other people.
I don't know that there's a statistic on this, but I would imagine if someone's on their deathbed and said, hey, I can give you another, year of your life, or you can have a Ferrari for the next, 3 days. They're going to take the year every day.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
it's like, really what begs the question, why do we spend so much time trying to achieve this stuff? Just achieve the time.
Absolutely. And I think, this is a common thing I've written a lot. I've read a lot with different authors, that they say at the very end, like, what's the biggest regret? And they all have one thing in common: more time. More time with family, more time with kids, friends, experiences, traveling, etc. Like, some of them wait till they're like 80 to start living. And, in reality, at 80, you're about to die.
It's tough. I mean, you had mentioned something that, like, you have like experiences traveling. It's not as memorable by yourself, but I would challenge you, or not you, but anybody for that matter, that hasn't like traveled by themselves, to really do it. Spend a week somewhere that they have never been, in a town or a country that they've never gone to, or maybe don't even speak the language, and be with yourself and find out how scary that really is. Like, if that's so scary to you, then you should really asking, why is that so scary? Are you not confident that you can get through it? Are you afraid that it's you're not gonna be able to speak the language and get a cup of coffee? Like, it's all bullshit. It's all imaginary in your head. You'll be able to figure it all out. But I think if you're able to challenge yourself at something as simple as that, even if you just went somewhere in the States by yourself, challenge that. I think that would be it's such a good eye opener that, hey, one step towards confidence of being in love with yourself enough to where you can, give yourself the gratification and the confidence to go into another project. I mean, going into entrepreneurship is a tough road, and there's a lot of times, more often than not, that you're sitting there questioning, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is crazy. I've like borrowed everything that I have and put it up against this one idea. And you sound like the guy from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Like, you just put like the whole house and everything on it, right? You're just trying to like, it's a great idea. It's going to catch. But you have to have the confidence that no matter what you throw at it, it's gonna come out.
And saying confidence is a skill set. A lot of people are say like, oh no, because you were born with that,
right?
And it's something that you learned.
Right.
You learn to be confident. You gain confidence by doing that, by getting out of the comfort zone, by challenging yourself, by failing. Exactly. So now we reach a point at our show that we call the time capsule.
Okay.
This is where we go through 3 different times:
okay.
The past, the present, and the future. And the goal is for you to go over the past and give a reflection, a valuable reflection that you could state from your earlier experiences. Go through your present and share a valuable insight that is helping you right now balancing your personal and professional and business life. And then in the future, small prediction. We cannot really predict the future, but how do you predict the future will be? It could be either on your industry or on your fun side. You mentioned you like to ride motorcycles and other activities. So let's start with the past. What's a reflection you could give to our audience based on your experiences?
A reflection of how I learned something in the past, like something that negative that happened, you were saying?
It could be something positive as well that helped you. It was a breakthrough experience for you.
Okay. Honestly, I think like it's kind of crazy. It's kind of like the worst day ends potentially the best day as well, is realizing like the things that I messed up in my previous marriage, the things that I really screwed up on. Understanding like how I wasn't there at certain times and just could have done better. And like I said before, my Uncle Tommy, my dad's brother, who had given me some ideas, and one of the things he always said was, how are you making the situation better, right? And what are you putting into it? And if I look back and go, man, there was some situations that I probably could have fixed, I could have changed, but I didn't. I had my head down. I was so buried and wrapped up in what I was doing, and I didn't have one thing, and that was I wasn't really being true to myself on who I am. We were 2 different people, and now fast forward, and we're fine now. But it was, I think, that time where I had to really just stop and find out like my true north as to who I am and where I want to go, what kind of father I am. I wasn't active I was active as a father, but I wasn't like as much as I wanted to be. So I think like having to be able to take a step from that and learn from that, unfortunately, turned out to be, a really good thing for the kids, for me. So the amount of attention I'm able to give them now, and the things that we're able to do and grow from and learn from, my mistakes, things I can teach them about, understanding who they are, kind of going back to let me tell you something that you don't know. So that for me was a pivotal moment of personally how I could just better myself, and really forgiving myself for all the things that I've, maybe did wrong, and just learning from those personally and moving forward, applying that in my personal life, but also applying it in my business life. And I think naturally, if you get the personal life right and you get to the identification of like who you really are, and the confidence back, then everything else kind of follows suit business-wise, starts working out.
Amazing. And now let's jump to the present. What's a good insight? Well, how does your personal life look like? How do you balance your work with your hobbies? What do you do for fun that helps you ease the stress and the amount of responsibilities that you have on a daily basis?
Yeah, I mean, I'm an active relaxer. If that makes any sense. So I need high energy to escape my brain. So it's mountain biking, or it's working out heavy, or it's hockey, or something that's kind of like high intensity that if I don't focus, I might get hurt. That typically for me is the best. But on the physical aspect, you need your downtime, you need your relaxation time. But I've found just, trying to meditate as best I possibly can. Not really that good at it, I'll be honest with you, but I do try. So on the personal side, I think that's kind of how I try to find balance, and really just getting out the frustration so that I can identify the things in my life that are, frustrating me at this point. Because I've always found that like there's certain triggers in life and that get you upset or get you, take a step back. And that's the trigger is never what's really the cause. It's never the problem, right? It's just what set you off. So I think if you can get a lot of that anger and frustration out through activity, through working out, through hitting a bag or whatever the case for me, it works. It kind of gets it to clear your mind, so you can listen to your thoughts and really just take a deep breath and relax and move forward.
Perfect. That's a good way to bend.
Yeah.
I work out a lot
Yeah.
as well, and I find it very therapeutic.
Yeah.
It's a way to connect with yourself. And surprisingly, when I'm working out, I work out with my friends, my friend every day. We try to hit 5 a.m. every day, which is it becomes very challenging most of the times, but we try. And good ideas come when I'm working out, and that's what I love about it. But now jumping into the future, it's really a prediction, but it's more like an aspiration.
Sure.
What's your aspiration in terms of your industry or the world in general? Your world. What's your aspiration from your world standpoint?
As far as where I think the business is going, or where I think just in general, like the industry is going.
In general, how you think the world is shaping and how it's going to impact your industry and your brand, maybe your personal life. What do you think how do you think Quintaliza will navigate through the new challenges, the new era that we're seeing coming in?
Well, I think that the world is going in so many different directions that it itself doesn't know where it's going. Personally, I think that's just it's a like a now faster than ever type world we're in. Like it's TikTok and YouTube and Instagram and the worlds that I feel like I'm just learning half the times. I feel like it changes every day, and now we've got AI, and it's like, what the hell are we talking about? It's just blows my mind. So in regards to that world, I have absolutely no idea. I mean, your guess is as good as mine. It's just, we were supposed to have flying cars, as Doc from Back to the Future at this point. So who knows? Maybe it's all horseshit. But as far as like the tequila industry goes and alcohol spirits industry goes, I do believe agave is just going to continue to rise. I mean, there's more and more brands that are coming out. But I think that what's happening is we're seeing a shift in the consumer educational aspect with groups like Tequila Matchmaker that have really come out and really just been the forefront of education to teach average consumers about additives and the use of additives in tequila, organic tequilas. And I think that we're going to start seeing a shift in the demand for additive-free products, for organic products, for products that pay homage to the way that it was traditionally made. So that it was, that way. Yeah, I think people are going to start really understanding that. I think that the celebrity tequilas, which everyone's like, I hate celebrity tequilas. I love them because it drew attention to our category. We need attention, right? I will be the first one to tell you, I believe that celebrity brands are the reason why tequila in general as a category has skyrocketed in popularity. You have The Rock and all these people that are coming out with their tequilas that already
Mark Wahlberg,
all of them have this brand, right? And like at the end of the day, it's branding, right? And you look at any brand that's out there that's successful, they can start anything and it work. If Nike came out with a Nike Swoosh tequila bottle, it'd fucking sell off the shelves.
Everybody will buy it.
Everybody would buy it because of the bottle, and it's the same like Tesla did it. So it's like there's their branding's already here. So when you're starting out with a brand, you're way down here. It's like Mike Winters from Pittsburgh. How the hell do you get to this scale? And you have to tell the story and build the branding. But I do think that the celebrity tequila brands are going to start seeing a lot of headwinds. Personally, I just think that there's, again, that consumer is starting to be like, oh God, another celebrity tequila brand, or be a little bit more, educated on the use of additives and not want that anymore. So I think that's where it's going to go.
Excellent, excellent, brother. I just wanted to say that I'm proud of you. This is from a man to man.
Thank you.
I think you translate your personality towards your brands. It's a common thing that I've seen now that you mentioned about Imperial Moto as well, and
Right.
and the cafe.
I have a look.
You have the look. You have the look.
I have a look. It's like just like motorcycle theme, dark black. I don't get all black on. Like it's like it's a transition or a reflection of yourself for sure. Even the bottle. We actually described the bottle as a tuxedo wearing Chuck Taylor. So.
But I think it's the way to go.
Right.
If you're in love with yourself, you're gonna be easily able to transition that into your business and your brands. And I think you are doing it. You are doing it already on an amazing way. And I thank you for that, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people connect with your message, with your personality, and they'll find something to in this world to be related to.
And I think, like I said, it's a balance between, like, obviously confidence and cocky are two different things. Trying to just be confident in the approach, but I think also when you're building a brand with no expectations is very important. If you're doing it just because you genuinely like it and love it, it comes across way more authentic. And that's kind of how Quintalisa was. There wasn't really like this expectation of selling like Casamigos sold, for $1 billion or whatever shit. I mean, that would be nice, but that's not necessarily what this was designed for. It was I just wanted something different and unique, and to create a conversation between the coffee world and the tequila world. When you take a dive into those two worlds, I think that the aficionados are the same people. The tequila aficionado doesn't drink to get drunk. The coffee aficionado doesn't drink to get through the day. They love the process. They love the story. They love how it's made and the different essence and the notes that they get out of the product. And I felt that if you could join those two worlds together, you could create something really special and a conversation. And that's really what Quintalisa is all about. Let's just have a conversation about it.
It is. And it says a lot when you look at it. But nothing, brother. I think you have an amazing product. You're an amazing man, brother. Keep it up. And to our audience, please make sure to like and subscribe to our video. And just we'll keep you posted for the next episode. Thank you very much for joining us today. Let's keep in touch.